Now, how is this for a resume? A 2016 ARC champion, a 2021 Extreme E champion, and let's face it, a series leader in the defunct 2024 Extreme E season as well. And now the first ever FIA Extreme H World Cup champion. Molly Taylor, welcome back to the driver's seat on S.
Thanks for having me. That sounds nice.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to chat to you before the doco premiered on Channel 7, and
Yeah.
I got in touch with you, and I was surprised to just see you pop up in the Middle East racing again. Partner Kevin Hansen. How long was this in the works?
About a week. Yeah, it was wild. I mean, after the Extreme E Championship got postponed, and then they finally announced the dates for the brand new Extreme H Championship, which is essentially taking on from where Extreme E left off. But now we have two electric motors, but also a hydrogen fuel cell, two hydrogen tanks. So it's the world's first hydrogen race series, which is FIA accredited, which is a pretty big deal and pretty exciting. But it sort of I guess had been in the works for a long time, but all the final details came together really last minute. So yeah, I was supposed to be in the pit lane at Bathurst and about a week to go. I had to call and say, oh, I think I might be in Saudi. So thankfully they completely understood the situation, and yeah, we finally got back in the race car, which is good. And I guess to take the first title as well is definitely the cherry on top.
Yeah, it was insane. And well, first off, it was actually quite scary because the first bit of footage that we see was that scare that you had in quali, and I checked Instagram
Yeah.
and just saw the rollover and just thought, oh my God, she's in a sling. Or like, but thankfully, everything turned out well.
Yes, yeah, I think the sling was just a bit of drama. But yeah, it was totally fine. It just, yeah, probably definitely the biggest crash that I've ever had. So that was a bit scary way to start, but just a testament to how strong the cars are built. And that was the final Extreme E event. So we had a race on Saturday and Sunday. So that happened on Saturday. So it didn't start too well. But yeah, when he got X-rays and I was just being traumatic, my arm was totally fine in the end. And yeah, we got to go out and we got to race in Extreme E on Sunday. Very nearly won the final Extreme E event. We crossed the line first, but we had a bit of an incident in a slow zone and got some penalties. So that wasn't to be. But then to go back to back the next week and start Extreme H, which was a completely new format. And yeah, a completely new thing that we had to wrap our heads around. And then yeah, everything went sort of up from there. It started with a bit of a wobble, but finished on a high.
Yeah, it seems to be. But well, we did miss you in on the coverage of supercars at the
Oh,
Bathurst
thank you.
1000. But look, I did
I
want
missed a
to.
big race too. I was watching all the highlights. Far out.
Well, I did want to chat to you about your doco, Drive Like a Girl, which premiered on Channel 7 in the lead up to the great race. And what I loved about it was like it was just so like upfront and confronting because to anyone that looks outside, and we're very lucky to be in motorsport, but also at the same time, we kind of are very unlucky because it's a 24-hour grind.
Yeah.
And because people just think like, oh, you get paid to race cars, it'd be great,
Wouldn't
get to
that
go
be
in the world.
amazing?
But this really shows the grind that you need to do to make it. And how many people have actually come up to you and sort of said like, "Wow, we never realized like this was so hard to do."
Yeah, I mean, we've had some great feedback, which has been really encouraging. And I mean, it started off almost 2 years ago when I said to Sean Lander, who was the genius behind putting it all together and who hasn't slept for the last month to do it, said, like, come to a rally and bring a camera and we'll just vlog what happens. And then, yeah, it quickly escalated from that. And so it's been a big project in the making. And we weren't really sure if it would actually happen, but we just kind of kept filming in case. And then, finally said, we've come this far. We just need to get our heads down and make it happen because we wanted to show, especially on the off-road side, it doesn't have the same visibility that supercars has or Formula One and on all of those. But we wanted to show, I guess, two sides, and one is how amazing the sport is and why we love it and why we go through what we go through and help kind of, I guess, share that passion and hopefully inspire more people to become involved. But then, as you say, on the flip side, like show the actual reality of it and what it takes, the ups and the downs, and how, you can go from the highest high to the lowest low in the space of a day. The, constant uncertainty around it all, and sort of the other sacrifices and life decisions, to kind of put it all together, and just how many moving parts there are. But then at the end of the day, how awesome it is, and how awesome the community is, and why it's at the end of the day worth all of that.
Exactly. And another thing that maybe a lot of people that don't follow rally too closely is it's like it's a really what I've loved, at least during my time covering the ARC, is just how close knit everyone is. Like, you
Mm,
mentioned the help that Scott Petter gave you. There's guys like Dean Herridge that also just give back so much to the sport, as well as
totally.
your household names like Rusty that jump on board for the coverage, and Chris Stubbs does also some good
Yes.
stuff on the broadcast side. But yeah, it really is like just a big family environment that just unfortunately when you once you strap the helmet on, then that's when you start seeing red.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's the thing about rallying as opposed to circuit racing. We're not racing door to door. So it's kind of, in a sense, us against the forest. And, we're comparing times. We want to beat the other people, but you're kind of sharing this experience, I suppose, and you can't blame you. You don't get to the end and go, oh, you shut the door on me, or that move wasn't on. We don't have any of that. So I think it takes a layer of tension. And then back in the paddock, everyone's just swapping stories, and yeah, it's totally a sport where if you needed help from your biggest rival, they will be the first person to give it to you, and that's one of the things that's so great about a sport, and also just the whole crew that's involved behind the scenes. We had this team of volunteers who just bent over backwards to keep this dream alive, and to be able to show a bit of that too was special.
Well, your mum is still and well, currently a great inspiration to you, and she's doing her best to defend her ARC title at the moment. Harry Bates got some pesky Kiwis that seem to be
Yeah, it's going to be tricky this year, but they're never going to give up.
Yeah, so but that's the sort of thing that I love about the this year's edition of the ARC is that you get guys like Hayden Paddon that come back with John Kennard, and I'll tell you what though, but you do have a lot of plates spinning at the moment. But is there any chance that maybe we might see a guest appearance or two, maybe next April in Queensland for the 2026 season?
Oh, look, I would love to. I mean, I think rallying's always been my first love, and to get the Subaru back out and do those 4 rounds last year was just. I mean, it was so funny. In terms of like proportion of work and money spent throughout the year, that was like 90% of everything to make those 4 events happen. But totally worth it, and yeah, would love to keep that going. I think yeah, I'm on the phone annoying Subaru every other week about it. Never say never. They've got the WRX challenge that's growing, so there could be some options. Maybe if I just keep saying it in public, it'll happen. So there we go.
Oh, don't worry, I'm sure if Dean Herridge is listening, I think
Yeah.
he's a big finger in a
He's
pie.
sick of my calls as well, I think, by this point. But yeah, we would love to do something.
But it's funny that you did mention that though, because like just looking at next year's calendar, one of the biggest shocks for me was not actually seeing it start in Canberra, and
Mm.
so it just goes to show how much the sport sort of evolves and does this and that. But I tell you, you really started off this year with a pretty huge bang, being part of the race of champions, and I remember
Yeah.
watching it. It was very conveniently placed on a long weekend, so I managed to camp down and check the coverage there. And one of our colleagues here at SEN, the wonderful Cameron Vandendungen, was
Oh,
there
lovely.
with one of the best seats in the house, and he would not stop raving about it.
I could hear him. Yeah,
He's coming
that
back.
was great.
He's coming back to the AGP, so he's coming to Grand Prix. He's got. You should see how good it was in Sydney last week.
Oh, it was unreal. That'll be forever one of the best weekends of my life. Maybe the Extreme H Championship is hitting a new level, but yeah, like that'll be a weekend or a week that I'll remember forever. Just, I mean, firstly, to be invited to be part of Race of Champions. You have these career goals, but I just never kind of, I don't know, never really crossed my mind that I would get to a level where someone would invite me to an event like that. So that was kind of the first, yeah, big moment for me, I suppose, personally. But then to be, yeah, with all those that caliber of drivers, but I've never felt more like equal and included, and part of the group before. It was just such a great environment. Everyone was there having fun. Everyone was racing hard. it was just all, you didn't really get much time in any car, and you're just jumping in whatever and going for it. And it was just all part of the show. And it was, yeah, it was a fantastic experience. And I mean, driving, especially for us, we used to be near the forest. And I remember that first race where you pull out of the stadium, and you've got this, you can hear the crowd cheering. And I mean, that's just something we don't get in motorsport. And that was pretty surreal, and to be doing it on your home soil. So yeah, hopefully it's not my last race of champions, because that was way too fun to only do once in my life.
And it was just such a cavalcade of names too. I mean, like
Yeah.
you mates with Toby Price and Will Brown and Brody Kostecki taking on some big international names like Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. And I didn't realize he had Swedish heritage, but Chaz Mostert as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. And it was awesome, I think, for the Aussies to have some teams. And I mean, a lot of the time it's over the other side of the world. So, I mean, in years past, we've had Aussie drivers, but not for a few years. So, I think that was really special to have Aussie drivers, and also trying to show where we could compete. And ultimately, Chaz almost winning, coming closely second to Loeb, just unreal. So I think it put the drivers back again on the map, and so hopefully we've done enough to get ourselves some more invites in the future.
Oh, fingers crossed with that one. But Molly, you've been extremely generous with your time, and as we count down towards the end of the year, no doubt you and Dan will be incredibly busy in the Mad Garage and just
Yep.
uh, constantly just keeping yourself occupied. But just wondering, will we be seeing you on the Gold Coast this weekend for Channel 7, or do we have to wait till the Adelaide Grand Final to have you back on the coverage?
I will be up at the Gold Coast, although given the change of dates, I was originally supposed to be racing in the Extreme H this week. So I won't be on the broadcast, because that's already was sorted ahead of time. But I'll be up there hanging around, doing a lot of stuff. Subaru will be up there, Boost Mobile obviously sponsoring the event. So we've got a lot of fun things planned with them. And yeah, I'll be hassling everyone in pit lane still, just without a mic, and then be back on the mic for the very final round in Adelaide. So looking forward to that.
Oh, don't worry. The only reason I go to race meets is to hassle people. The race
It's where all the hassling's done, in the pits, isn't it?
very much second cars. But if you haven't seen it already, make sure you check it out. Drive Like a Girl is available to stream on demand whenever you want on 7 Plus, so you can do it on your TV, smart TV, internet, your smartphone, all of the devices. But Molly Taylor, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you on the driver's seat, and hopefully I'll see you trackside.
Likewise, thanks very much.